Big Smoke. All we had to do was follow the damn train. This line from San Andreas is perhaps the most famous quote in the franchise. It is spoken by Big Smoke during the mission Wrong Side of the Tracks, when CJ fails to keep the dirt bike aligned with the moving train carrying enemy gang members. The reason this quote became legendary is simple. The mission was notoriously frustrating. Big Smoke's poor aim meant that even when players drove perfectly, success often came down to luck. Failing the mission forced players to hear this angry outburst again and again, making it unforgettable. The quote's legacy only grew after the rise of YouTube and social media. Players began sharing their repeated failures, parody videos surfaced, and the line became a universal meme for frustration. Even outside gaming, follow the damn train is now shorthand for a task that should be simple, but somehow never goes right. It represents GTA's ability to produce moments that blend humor, difficulty, and pop culture impact in a single line. Niko Bellic, war is where the young and stupid are tricked by the old and bitter into chilling each other. And yes, before you ask, I swapped out a certain violent word with chill so the YouTube robots don't get mad at me. Imagine a war where everyone is just chilling each other. Way less scary. Anyway, let's go back. This line from Grand Theft Auto 4 captures the darker tone of Niko Bellic's story. A veteran of the Yugoslav wars, Niko reflects on his traumatic past while navigating Liberty City's underworld. The power of this quote comes from its raw honesty. Unlike the satirical one-liners of earlier GTA games, Niko's words carry genuine weight. He is not just a criminal. He is a survivor of a brutal war, scarred by the choices he was forced to make. This moment allows players to see beyond the shootouts and car chases, revealing a man who understands the senselessness of violence, yet continues down its path. For many fans, this line symbolized Rockstar's shift towards storytelling maturity. It proved that GTA could still deliver chaos and satire, but could also pause to say something profound about the human condition. It remains one of the most quoted lines from GTA 4 because it encapsulates the game's heavier, more reflective tone. Michael DeSanta, it's time to face reality, old friend. You are a chiller. In Grand Theft Auto 5, Michael delivers this line during a confrontation that exposes his true nature. For much of the story, Michael tries to balance a comfortable suburban life with his past as a career criminal. Therapy sessions, a mansion in Vinewood Hills, and attempts to bond with his dysfunctional family all suggest that he wants to escape. But this quote cuts through all of that. Michael is reminding himself and the people around him that at the core, he is not a family man or a retiree. He is a killer. The line perfectly reflects GTA 5's recurring theme of identity. Can someone truly escape the life of crime, or does it always pull them back in? The quote also resonates with players because it mirrors the gameplay itself. No matter how much Michael might want to live quietly, the missions constantly push him into robberies, assassinations, and betrayals. It's a moment where Rockstar acknowledges the contradiction between story and player action, turning it into character development. Trevor Phillips, you can't chill me, I'm immortal. Few characters embody chaos like Trevor Phillips, and this line is one of his most memorable. Shouted in the heat of combat, it captures Trevor's reckless, fearless personality. Trevor's entire character is built on unpredictability. He can be violent, deranged, and terrifying, yet at times unexpectedly loyal and even darkly comedic. This quote is more than bravado. It reflects Trevor's belief that his rage and recklessness make him unstoppable. To players, it sums up what it feels like to play as Trevor, unhinged, unafraid, and nearly indestructible in the sandbox mayhem of GTA 5. The line became iconic because it represents GTA's freedom and absurdity. In the hands of Trevor, even simple shootouts feel like larger-than-life spectacles. Fans embrace this moment because it gave voice to the raw power fantasy that GTA often delivers. Lance Vance, we're not friends anymore, Tommy. In Grand Theft Auto Vice City, this line marks one of the most shocking betrayals in the series. After working alongside Tommy Vercetti through much of the game, Lance Vance turns against him during the final mission. This moment is powerful because it combines narrative and gameplay at the story's climax. Up until this point, players saw Lance as a partner, even if he was sometimes unreliable. Hearing him declare the friendship over just before the final gunfight adds emotional weight to the battle inside the mansion. The quote is memorable because it embodies betrayal, a recurring theme in the GTA series. Friends become enemies, partners turn on each other, and loyalty is always fragile. For Vice City fans, Lance's line is the one they remember most because it symbolized the cost of Tommy's rise to power. Roman Bellic, do you know what it means to have nothing at all? Roman, Nico's cousin in Grand Theft Auto 4, delivers this line when describing his struggles as an immigrant chasing the American dream. On the surface, Roman is comic relief. He constantly gets into trouble with gambling debts, makes reckless business choices, and drags Nico into dangerous situations. But this quote reveals the desperation behind his humor. Roman came to Liberty City seeking success, but instead found hardship, disappointment, and exploitation. The line struck a chord with players because it made Roman feel more human. It reminded players that beneath the jokes and blunders, he was someone clinging to hope in a system stacked against him. This mix of comedy and tragedy made Roman one of the most complex side characters in the series. Ryder: "You picked the wrong house, fool." This line from Ryder in San Andreas comes early in the story when CJ first returns to Grove Street. Mistaking CJ for an intruder, Ryder bursts into the scene with aggression and delivers the line with his trademark hostility. The quote became memorable not because of depth, but because of its energy and timing. It set the tone for Ryder's character: brash, paranoid, and confrontational. For CJ, it symbolized his uneasy homecoming. Even old friends were ready to treat him like an outsider. Years later, the line became a meme, remixed into countless YouTube videos and parodies. Like Big Smoke's "damn train" complaint, Ryder's greeting became part of internet culture, cementing its place in GTA history. Catalina: "You broke my heart." In Grand Theft Auto 3, Catalina delivers this line during the opening sequence, just before betraying Claude in a bank robbery. Her words set the tone for the entire game, a betrayal that drives Claude's silent, vengeful journey through Liberty City. The quote resonates because it was one of the first major emotional moments in a 3D GTA game. Players were shocked when Catalina, once an ally, turned on Claude in such dramatic fashion. Her fiery delivery contrasted with Claude's silence, creating a dynamic that defined the story's stakes. Fans remember this line because it was the spark that ignited the entire narrative of GTA 3, the game that redefined open-world gaming. Catalina's betrayal and words became legendary because they marked the start of Rockstar's modern storytelling formula. Franklin Clinton: "Nothing is more bigger than this." In Grand Theft Auto 5, Franklin delivers this line as he transitions from small-time hustler to major criminal player. Growing up in South Los Santos, Franklin always sought a way out of petty gang life, and teaming up with Michael and Trevor represented his big break. The line reflects his ambition and hunger for success, but it also captures GTA's irony. The bigger the opportunity, the bigger the danger. For Franklin, bigger means entering a world of corrupt politicians, unstable partners, and impossible choices. Fans remember this quote because it symbolizes Franklin's turning point. It shows how GTA characters are often driven by ambition, only to find that success brings new risks. For Franklin, this was the moment he stepped into the big leagues, with all the consequences that came with it. These quotes show how unforgettable GTA characters are, but to truly understand them, you need to know the gangs that shaped their world. Click here to watch every major gang in GTA 5, explained in detail, and see how Los Santos's criminal ecosystem really works.